Okay, so, look at this. I've been at Destin Walmart since 9 a.m. It is now about 2 p.m. And I just finished my paperwork. So, first of all, I ordered a tire at Fort Walton Walmart like a week ago. I've been checking every day, in person and calling, and I know the people will get over there too. And no tire. Matter of fact, one of the days, the lady that answered the phone in auto said that the tire was out of stock at the warehouses. And they have a warehouse in Tallahassee, and they got one in Picola. Picola is only about 30 miles away from the Fort Walton Walmart. Or 30 minutes away, I don't know. But anyway, so I came down to Destin and was talking to him. I said, God, I've ordered this tire and it's been almost a week. She says, they come the next day. I said, really? She says, you made a mistake, you should order from us. So I said, well, go ahead and order one. Let's see who gets it first. So God, this guy got the car out in the middle of the street and he's trying to change his own headlights. Oh boy. But anyway, so she said, it'll be here tomorrow. I said, no. So I happened to be in town in the morning, and I went to Destin Walmart, saw her, they had a delivery guy. I said, did you bring tires? He said, no, I got bad news. She said, no, we had one delivery today. She said, but it may come in our other one at exactly 4 o'clock. And I'm like, wow. You guys know, like, exactly when the stuff's coming, because when I called Fort Walton Walmart, dude goes, I don't know when the truck will come. But she knows exactly when her truck's coming. So, anyway, I said, okay, well, she said, just come on down, we'll put it on when it comes in tomorrow. And, or it comes in later this afternoon. And I said, well, I probably won't be in Destin. I said, but I can come the next morning. So I decided to call. I called like around 5. And I talked to the black girl that usually works the lot, accepting customers and doing their paperwork so they can get car work done. And she's like all confused. And I said, well, I'll order this tire and it's under my name and all that good stuff. And she looks around. I said, they put it in a book. So she's looking around. Finally, she finds it, and she said, yep, it's here. I said, well, do you think that you'll have enough time? Because I know they close at 7. I said, if I drive from Fort Walton right now, would you be able to put it on this evening if I leave work early? And she's like, no. I said, well, that's okay. I'll come tomorrow morning. So I was there at 9 o'clock this morning. All right. Sat by the booth where the girl is usually at that signs the cars up. She doesn't come. So then she comes out of the auto department and like waves. I thought she was waving me down to move the car up. So I moved the car up. I'd already been there like a half hour by the booth. And there's like 3 other cars there. So I moved up there, right up next to the bays, with a line of cars, and there's like me and 3 other cars to my right and my left. Then they're taking all these other cars, and I sat there like an hour and a half, and finally I got out of the car, because I thought, gosh, I ordered this tire, you know, and nobody's signed me up or anything. I don't know if they need to or what's the deal, but usually they do. And she hasn't come to the car, so I go to walk in auto department, and she's like right there at the door. And I said, I need to get my tire put on that I ordered. And she said, oh, well, I'm not going out there. It's too hot. And I said, well, it's too hot for me too. I've been sitting out there like an hour and a half. And I said, I need to go to work, you know, for 11. And no later than 11. So anyway, she says, well, okay. So she says, well, we got to sign it up. So then she says, okay, phone number. I gave her the number. And then she says, what's the mileage on the car? Well, the car was like 20 foot from us, right? So it's on the car. And she says, oh, well then I'll just get one of the mechanics to put it on there. So, okay. So then she says, what's the license plate number? I said, it's on the car. And she's like, you don't know your plate number? I said, no, I got a picture of it. No. And so I said, it's just on the car right there. And she's like, oh. So then I had to wait. It's almost 2 now, and I was there from 9 in the morning till 2. So then I had to wait like another hour. And then they got the car. And the mechanic, I told the mechanic, so we got to take my wheel off that's on the spare hoist on the winch. So we got the winch parts out. I got those out and told him I would do this, and you unscrew it through the bumper and it drops the spare down, which was actually my real rim. So we got the tire out because I said it might be easier if you do it before it goes up on the lift to get that tire out first. And he said, oh yeah. So we got that out. He took it in the shop. And so then finally they get the tire on the car. And then I should have checked to make sure the spare's under there. Mother of God. That might have been another nightmare. So anyway, I look at the tire, I said, it's not the right tire. And he says, what do you mean? I said, well, it's supposed to have raised white letters. He said, no. I said, then it's the wrong tire. I said, are you sure you didn't put it on backwards or something? He said, no, it doesn't have any white letters, it has blue ones. I said, well, where are those? On the inside. I said, well, let me tell you why it's blue. I said, that's the raised white lettering, because they put a coating on it so that when they stack the tires, it doesn't scuff up all the white letters. And he's like, I don't know, the letters are blue. I said, well, they're supposed to be on the outside. You've got the tire on backwards. Dude, let's go. It's freaking tourists. So anyway, he says, okay, and went into the desk and I told him, I said, look, I said, the tire's on backwards. Now normally they'll ask you, you know, because I've always had white walls, but this car has raised white letter on these tires that I ordered. So I said, you know, usually they'll ask you, do you want the white walls in or out, you know? So it's the same with the lettering. Do you want the lettering inside out? And nobody said a thing, and this guy put the tire on backwards. Which actually it turned out on the receipt, it said in wall, lettering in wall, or white wall in wall, which is, nobody asked me nothing. So anyway, he was just doing what was on the receipt. So anyway, they went ahead to reverse it. That took a while. So I finally got the car. It was about 12:30 when I got the car. And so then I'm going to pay the bill, and she wants $169. I hit cash. Go to pay her. She counts it twice, comes up with $280 or something. She called Billy over to verify it, and he's looking at it and said no. He said, this is $169. I said, yeah, because she told me it was $168.90 or something like that. And he said, well, it's not. He said, it's 180 something. And I was like, okay, but where is that on this receipt? Because she handed me a printout that said the same thing she charged me. And he said, well, that didn't include tax and everything that comes up on the register separate. And I said, oh, I didn't know. And she goes, well, the customer doesn't get to see that, you know, on the other side of the screen. I said, well, I didn't even see it. I mean, the screen is like 2 feet from me, right? I walk over there, and sure as heck, it says 180 something. I said, well, here, let me have the money back, and let me redo it. So they gave me the money back. So I needed to go to the post. I'm not going to go. So I gave them the right amount of money and checked it and everything, cashed it out. I get the ticket. I go out to the car. And I start to read, which I thought my glasses were in the car. My glasses are now gone. My tortoiseshell rhinestone glasses. So I get out to the car and start looking at this receipt. And it's got some lady's name on it, with a Memphis, Tennessee address, with the wrong phone number, the wrong car, the wrong color car, and said the car was gold. The car's definitely not gold. And the wrong license plate and the wrong mileage. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So, you know, that's really important because it's my tax write-off too. I've got to have the proper receipt. And so anyway, and especially if you have problems at Walmart, you got to bring the receipt back or they have to look it up. And when it comes up in somebody else's name, it's going to be a holy mess. Especially when a car doesn't even match. So anyway, I took the receipt back in and I said, I don't think I got the right receipt. And they're like, why? And I said, because it doesn't have my name on it. It has the wrong address on it, the wrong car, and the wrong mileage, and the wrong license plate on it. And I said, even the wrong color car. And they look at it, and that the girl that was supposed to be out in the booth out there that takes the orders, and she was like, well, I gave you that, and it's under the camera. So it's like, oh my gosh, here we are getting defensive already. When, I mean, I'm just trying to get my stuff sorted out. So my glasses were in the car, which they're not now. And I checked all over the store and stuff, and everywhere I went, and checked for the desk and everything. Nobody's turned my glasses in. And so, anyway, they were trying to straighten stuff out, and I couldn't do it. And I said, well, my old numbers are all my old cars, which I don't have anymore. I said, you know, I gifted them to people that needed cars, and I sold one, and I said, so this will just be a new account just for this car, because this car's never been serviced at Walmart for any reason. So anyway, they were having a problem trying to write it up, and I thought, oh hell, you know, they probably just don't know how. And I stood there with them with it on the screen. And they started with the phone number, and then, you know, all they do is enter in the blanks. And they said they couldn't do that. They had to base it off my old account. And I said, well, I don't know why. Because the phone number is no good, and the cars don't match this car. So it'd be just like having a new account, or void out that sale and start it over, like it's a brand new customer. I mean, something. So anyway, they were like, we can't do that. And I'm like, okay, hold on. So I go up front to ask for manager. So it's now 12:30. So, anyway, I wait on the manager about 10-15 minutes, and it's a lady I know with the long gray blonde hair. She's really cool. And so I told her, you know, I said, you remember me? You know, it's hard because I have a face mask on, right? And she's like, oh yeah. And I was like, I'm the one that you gave that whole thing of cheese sticks to, and I gave it to everybody in auto. And she was like, oh yeah. And I said, well, they're having trouble. I told her the whole story from Fort Walton to this one. And she's like, I can fix it. And they can too. I said, well, maybe you just need to show them how to put it in a computer. Because I need a receipt to match the car and my name. Because of the tire. I said, it's like a $200 tire. So anyway, she says, oh yeah. So anyway, she goes back there, and Billy takes her to the back to talk to her. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So anyway, she comes out and she says, you know, we'll fix it for you, don't worry. And then Billy says, I'm going to fix it for you, but it's going to take me a little time. I said, well, do you want me to just wait at the car until you get it done? Because, you know, I don't want to pressure you or anything. And I said, look, I wasn't complaining about you. I said, you know, I mean, I've been here since 9 this morning. And one, if the girl had been in the booth and then done the paperwork right, I mean, she even signed a thing on the computer, which I was supposed to sign before they put it through on the purchase order and the work. She signed it herself. I watched her do it. Because usually they hand you the thing and have you sign it. So, but anyway, so they were trying to fix it, and they got it screwed up like 4 different more times. They had the wrong license plate and the wrong name, first and last. Right before the end, they had the wrong first name. After about a 4th time, never changing it. Finally, they got it straight. And then I had to re-sign some other paperwork to sign release on a tire that was sold to me that was too old, that was on the car they didn't work on. And so they had to make a new one to match this new work order, receipt number or whatever. So I signed that again. They said it had to be done. I said, okay. Finally, they got it right. So it took them like another hour after I got the car to, actually a little bit longer than that, to get everything finished so I could leave. They didn't address the rim, as I had talked about that, because the rim looks really crappy. I'm hoping it's just grease and dirt, but it doesn't look like it. And then powder coated rims. And I'm a real perfectionist about my car, trust me. All my cars. So anyway, I will have to check with Stan and all those guys tomorrow or something. And see what the deal is, because 2 of the best hot dogs in there is the red-headed lady from back east and Stan. And they weren't there today. So, it took me from 9 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon to leave there because they had all the wrong info on my thing, other than the fact the guy had to turn the tire around because they put it on backwards. And I was like, I ordered a tire with raised white letters and they should be on the outside. And I really hate that they mounted the tire the first time and now they got to take it back off and put it back on. Oh, don't tell me there's a bunch of people parked over here again. The sheriffs were over here yesterday throwing those tickets out because this is not parking. I don't know why these tourists think it's parking. It is not. This is emergency easement. And then to the left of it is the bicycle lane. But that is illegal parking. Look, and I've never seen more cars in my life parked over here, ever. Every one of them tourists. Jeez. Wait till the sheriff gets over here today. You're going to have fun. They really think that's parking spaces. And it has signs. No parking. No parking. No parking. Man, they lied. Because they went to that other beach down there and it cost $20 a day. If they go another mile after that, they'll see the park where it's a free beach. And this guy's past the fence line. He's fishing out here. He's parking illegally. Crazy. You're a chicken, no bite. No bite monkey, not my circus. But anyway, so there's the tire story from Fort Walton and Destin Walmart. I'm very disappointed because Destin's a super hot dog. They are really on it normally. And I'm really surprised because this is insane. From 9 in the morning till 2. And the lady that's supposed to be in the little booth out there, the black girl that I know so well, who also gave me 2 free beverages while I was waiting. She's always real nice like that. But she was like, you should have been here earlier. I'm like, mother of God. And I was sick as a dog last night, and I needed to go to the emergency room. I was really fatally ill. And I only got about 4 hours sleep. I was up and down, up and down. I thought I was going to die. Huge pain, really bad shape, and so way too hot. The car's completely overheated. I slept through the alarm. Not good. I'm telling you, man. It's a terrible, dangerous thing to be boondocking in a car in this weather. It's just horrible. So, anyway, my friend Billy gave me some info on some places that are coming up for rent. It's supposed to be real reasonable. I'm having trouble believing it, though. But I will definitely check with her. Sounds incredibly cheap for this time. But I'll check on it. Let's see. He said he bought an RV. He was finished renting. He said he just bought an RV. But the next problem is you got a place to put that sucker. And all the places around here you have to pay for. And then it starts like $20 a day and up. I think it's 20 to 30 a day, depending where you want to go. But you can only go for so many days. Unless you're military, then you can get the free pass thing and go over there. God, I'm so bummed I don't have glasses. I've already lit through the car. I hope the hell my spare's up there. I'm just gonna freak now. I've just left Destin and I have no spare. Man, dude, how do you even know how to drive? I had a car in 2 freaking spots. 2 lanes. Crossed right over. So, what a mess. Here we go. I can't believe I had to play the tire game this long. And the technician was supposed to tell me what he thought about the tire that came off of the ram. Because it might have possibly been sabotage, what somebody said to me the other day. I'm having trouble with the homeless boondocker people. Had a problem with one yesterday. It was just terrible. I'll tell you about that later. And it's like, I don't, you know, I try to be kind and help everybody. And this guy's like blaming me for a bunch of stuff that's his own fault. I have nothing to do with it. Bottom line, go to work, get off the dope and the liquor, take care of your biz. And I'm not your babysitter. Just an acquaintance. I'm not even a good friend because I don't even know you. Cannot handle your stuff. I've got enough of my own stuff to deal with. of the hair club from in. So the new Ronnie's, I can't tell. They had the driveway blocked to go in, but there was a couple cars in there that they might just be testing it. Because they just finished building it. It may not be open yet. The other one is way down the boulevard, and I've got to get to work. It's now 2:30. Very late, from 11 o'clock. Which I'm usually there before that. So... It is 86 degrees, and it's hot.